Pull your cars over.
We are doing it live and on location.
Power Jamz.
Power to the people.
As we prepare to celebrate 30 years of broadcasting excellence, Power Jamz Wake Up Show, we encourage you to go to our website and download the program, share it with a friend, spread the good news, y'all. And on this year, we are doing things a little different. We are taking it to the streets. We are in the streets. We own the streets. And right now, our location is 1410 Weibel Road. We're in the parking lot right in front of the Jazz Spot. The NAACP is having a meeting, a outreach and informative program going on right now. And I thought this is a great opportunity to be on ground zero and reach out to the community and give them free exposure, especially to businesses and ministries. If you're a business or a ministry and I missed you or you missed me, give me a call, 661-319-6345. We'll shine the light on you as well. We like to hold on to the verse of scripture that says it's better to give than receive. And that verse is found in Acts chapter 20, verse 35. It reads like this: "And I have been a constant example of how you can help those in need by working hard." You should remember the words of the Lord Jesus. It is more blessed to give than to receive. And so, I try to work as close to perfection as possible. We're here in our mobile unit, our mobile unit number 2. And a lot of folks are kind of surprised, like, wow, you're doing all that in the back of a car? Yep, we're doing it all. Go to the website. You can see how we're getting it done. And come on, step right on up. We'll come on. We'll take them as they come. And sister, tell us all about what you do and how you do it. Who are you?
My business is Bakersfield Black Dollar Initiative.
Bakersfield Black Dollar Initiative. Wow, I like that. Go ahead. Unpack that for me.
Bakersfield Black Dollar Initiative is also known as BBDI. And what it is a online Black-owned business, small mom and pop, brick and mortar, Black-owned business directory, like a phone book, but it's online. Right now I have 420 businesses. They are locally and regionally. So we're like all over the place. So I research, I go and visit, I call, I do everything I can to get to know the business owners and their staff and their products or services, and then I put them in the directory. I created BBDI for the purpose of bringing that information back to my community, because we're in this valley and we travel in different directions, so that we would look at it and say, hey, I'm getting ready to go to Ventura, for example. Okay, you wouldn't think there are Black-owned businesses in Ventura. There are 6 of them that I have brought to the directory. So I'm hoping that our community will look at the directory before they leave town and then find the businesses and go and patronize. At least pop in and say, hey, I saw you in this BBDI directory. I just wanted to say hello.
I like it. It's kind of like a green book, like taking us back to the 60s.
It's really about community. It's about connecting. It's about empowerment, economic development, community outreach, networking, having fun. What has developed from the directory has been a marketplace that I've created, whereas it is the vendors, the businesses that are in the directory. I will make phone calls and gather at least 50 of them and bring them to this marketplace, to the Martin Luther King Park. And that's one place where you will get 45 to 50, and I claim them, of my businesses, and you'll be able to shop them. The community will be able to shop and talk, meet, and get to know one another, because most of the time when we're at smaller places, we don't know each other. So at least what I have found is that they're shopping each other. At the last one, it was great. They shopped each other, they talked, they did everything, and it was really good. And that's my point of bringing us together as well as the community. The other thing I've done a couple, if you want me to keep talking.
Oh yeah, by all means, sis, go for it.
I have also created bus tours, and I build them as mystery bus tours. So people get on the bus. I get a route. Let me start over. I get a route. So we went to Fresno, for example. I go to Fresno. I scout out the Black-owned businesses. Hey, do you want to be on this route? This is what I do. Yes. So I come back. I create the notice, the information. People get the ticket, get on the bus. We go to Fresno. Now, I'll tell you where we're going, what city we're going to, but you're not going to know what business we're going to or what we're going to do. And I make sure that the businesses has us doing some kind of activity. So if we're riding maybe an hour and a half. So when we first went, we stopped at one place and we did yoga. We did exercise and yoga because we've been on the bus. So it only made sense. So it's a lot of fun. We play games on the bus and it's a lot of knowledge. So the next time that that they're leaving town, the community are leaving town, and they're going to Fresno, they'll remember Chef Paul's Cafe, the Vision View, Black Wall Street business. They'll remember these places. We started downtown at Central 18. Young lady, I make teams and partnerships very easy. I am a customer service person. I've always been in retail. She took me downstairs to the bottom part of her restaurant. She says, hey, you can use this if you want, but it was straight downstairs and I didn't see any doors. So I just said, nope, I gotta go back upstairs. And I'm laughing and she's behind me and she says, what is so funny? And I says, we're gonna do comedy shows upstairs. And that's what God gave me. Everything that I have done has been spirit, humbleness, God-driven. So when he says, making me laugh, you're going to make everybody else laugh. So here's the comedy show. So I did 3 at her place, and then we moved over to the Tower, which is off of Truxton, and we did the last 5 there. And it's on Sunday for 2.5 hours, 3 at the most. There's music, there's food, of course there's some drinking, and I don't mean like alcoholic, people getting drunk or anything, but we're having a good time. And it's just a lot of fun. And my MC, who is Feather DeWise, who lives in Fresno, he takes care of the comics, the comedians. So he says, how many do you want? What day is it? I tell him. What's your budget? I tell him. He takes care of that because that's not my lane. I stay in my lane. I'm Russell Simmons in the background. And he always pulls me out. I know when he's getting ready to call me out. Say something to the people. And I'm like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. I hide. And he waits for me. He does jokes. I can hear him. He waits for me and he pulls me out. And I said, guys, I just love comedy. My thrill is seeing everybody in the audience having a good time. Talking to each other, black, white, Spanish, whoever, whatever. They're having a good time. And it's something that I gave them. And that's what feels good.
Give us your contact information again.
So my company is Bakersfield Black Dollar Initiative, also known as BBDI, Boy, David, Ida. The website is www.bakersfieldblackdollarinitiative.com. My phone number is all over social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. The number is 661-859-3833. And I also, on the website, there's a calendar that we've created that the events are on the calendar. If you have a black-owned business, please call me so we can talk about it, get you in the directory so that I can share you with the rest of the community. If you have something going on, we'll talk about that. I'll put it in the website. People can see what you have going on.
This is Pirate Jamz, the Wake Up Show. We are live and on location, 1410 Weibel Road, the Jazz Spot. We got Bianca. She is here, and she has a nonprofit organization, Haircuts for Humanity. Tell us all about your nonprofit.
Well, I have a nonprofit called Haircuts for Humanity, Bakersfield, and we provide free haircut services to the underserved people in this community, be it children, homeless, women in shelters, veterans, you name it. Anyone that is in need of a haircut or grooming services, we provide them for the community.
How long have you been serving the community?
It's going on 2 years, and we have to date serviced 1,000 people here in the city of Bakersfield.
Once again, this is Power Jamz, the Wake Up Show. We are live and on location, 1410 Weibo Road, in front of the Jazz Spot. I have Bianca in front of me, and Bianca is with Haircuts for Humanity. And how long have you been cutting hair? I mean, you're serving, and this is a ministry / business. How long you been doing it?
Well, you hit it right on the nose. It is a ministry. I've been blessed with the gift of being able to cut hair and excel in my career as a cosmetologist for the last 14 years. And I just believe that when God gives you a gift, you are to give it back. And so this is my way of giving my gift back to the world. And my slogan for Haircuts for Humanity is changing the world one haircut at a time, because it literally can make the difference in someone's life. Something as simple as a haircut, especially for children, and especially for people trying to help themselves get out of certain situations, be it economically, be it socially, or just being in situations where they really just have no control over the situation. Something as small as a haircut could literally alter their lives. So I just want to be a part of something so big as that.
Bianca, can you think of a success story or maybe a testimony about how a child or an individual was transformed right there before you? I mean, they received a haircut and you seen the transformation take place. You got an example?
When you say that, I'm already propelled to a specific child. We do an event every Christmas called Just in Time for Christmas. My friend, myself, and Jovan Dangerfield, we host this event. And this particular time, we had so many people in line at that location that was actually within a residential neighborhood. The people started complaining because the lines were kind of going in front of their homes. And so they ended up shutting the event down about an hour before it was supposed to end. But I still had a line full of kids, and they were going to shut off, the location we were at. So right where they cut the line off, there was a little boy, and he literally started bawling, crying. The second we kind of told him it's over, we're going to have to stop for the day, he started crying, and he's like, please, can I have a haircut? And his hair was, of course, visibly long. You could tell it was uncomfortable for him. He had bangs all in his face. It was just one of those, I knew he needed it, and so I took my clippers, which I have, cordless clippers and things like that. And we went outside of the facility. We were literally in the middle of the street. I set up a chair. I had 2 people holding my clippers and my guards for me. And we were literally under the street light. It's starting to get dark out, and I had nothing but this street light in this chair, and when this baby saw his haircut, just like you said, the smile on his face, I will never forget that. And it's literally one of the catalysts that keeps me going, keeps me doing this, because I know that there are more kids like that, and he was nothing but about 7 or 8 years old. So here we are, a kid, no control over his circumstances. He doesn't have the money to pay, a barber or someone to cut his hair, Maybe his parents are whatever the situation is, it's not his fault, So it was very rewarding, and that's what keeps me, doing this.
Praise God, changing lives one haircut at a time. Bianca is our guest here on Power Jamz, the Wake Up Show. Power Jamz live, and you probably heard a car or 2 pass by. We are on the streets of Bakersfield, and if you see us, just pull up. We do interviews right there on the streets, and Bianca is one of our guests, and we have so many lined up to take part on today's broadcast, and we welcome it today. The NAACP is getting ready to host a partnership meeting. A community network outreach is taking place right now. They have some special speakers, Ollie Morris, Evelyn Young, and Larissa Reed. They're all speaking today here at the Jazz Spot, 1410 Weibo Road. Feel free to listen to the rebroadcast of this program online at powerjamz.org. That's POWERJAMZ. Bianca, how can we find you? You have social media, phone number. Give us that information.
We are on social media. We're on Instagram. Haircuts 4 Humanity Baco. We are also on Facebook. Same, Haircuts for Humanity. You can email us at haircutsforhumanitybaco@gmail.com. If you want us to come out to events, we get invited to events as well as we host our own events. And my phone number is 720-518-1221. You can call me directly. If you know someone, you know a family in need, you just want to reach out, go ahead and I'll be available.
Bianca has been our guest on Power Jamz Live. She's with Haircuts for Humanity. Thanks for being on the broadcast.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Power Jamz. We got you more than just music.
Power Jamz.
Power to the people!
That's right. It's going to the streets. Hey, y'all, set the alarm. DEFCON 5. It's on, baby. It's on.
Be sure to check out the rebroadcast of Power Jamz Wake Up Show online all the time at powerjamz.org. That's POWERJAMZ.org. Right there from our website, you can download the broadcast. You can email us if you'd like to advertise and help support what we do. We take those calls as well, 661-319-6345. And from time to time, we do a drive-by. It's like a pop-up. We go in the community and we have our mobile unit, number 2, where we have everything we need to do a radio show right there live and on location. And we did just that, or should I say we're doing just that today. And the location is 1410 Weibo Road, the Jazz Spot. We are here. And folks are stepping up, making a line, and I love it. And I got a brother right here. Go ahead, man. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're all about.
Hi, my name is Kirk Dukes. I am the owner and operator of Captured Moments 360 Photo Booth. It's what it is. It's 360 photo booth business. A business where I show up to any one of your events, whether it's a quinceañera, a birthday, a wedding, a graduation, any event you may have, a church event, a corporate event, and I'll just liven it up. Make sure you're having fun, make your moments magical, memorable, and just making sure everybody have fun there, you know?
Oh yeah. I seen those booths. Matter of fact, the NCAA football national title folks, you know, that do football and college sports, they use that. They have the athletes standing on this platform, and the camera goes around in slow motion, and it's a great effect. But now there might be some listeners or viewers who are like, I don't get it. So help me out, brother. Break it down in layman's term. Help them understand exactly what this is all about.
So it's a platform that you stand on, and it has a camera and with an arm attached to it, and you stand on this platform, and I have a bunch of props that you can put on, hats, wigs, hold up signs and things of that nature, and the camera goes around 360, completely surrounding whoever's on the platform, whether there's one person or 5 people on there, and your only job once you get on my platform is to just let loose, have fun, smile, you know, dance, sing, just perform for the camera. You can actually see yourself on the camera, so you can, you know, do whatever dance steps or have whatever kind of fun you want to have on the platform. And it's like a 20-second video. Once it's done, you can take another one, or you can get down, grab another prop, whatever you want to do. I got little fake money you can throw in the air, make it rain, you know what I mean? So it's pretty fun. Every event that I've done, they absolutely love it, and they generally, you know, call me back for another event. So it's pretty cool.
For those listening and want more information, maybe a website, you got a social media platform page, give us that information.
I have an Instagram, I have Facebook, I have TikTok, email. Instagram is capture.moments.360. Facebook is Capture Moments. These are Capture Moments with a K. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm late to the party on that, but it's captured with a K. Captured Moments, okay? And my TikTok is Captured 360. Captured Moments 360, I should say. And you can find me on any one of those sites. My email account is KM360PB. That's photo booth. PB as in photo booth @gmail.com. So you can contact me on any one of those platforms right there. Check my videos out so you can see exactly what I do there. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry, thank you. I'm nervous. First video interview for my business, so okay. My phone number is 661-662-2483. Once again, my name is Kirk. That's Kirk, Dukes, Dukes. Captured with a K, Moments 360 photo booth.
Kurt is such a fine brother. I believe he's going to agree to this right here. Giving our listening audience a special, some sort of discount, and it's generated from our program. So folks who will call you, hopefully you can give us a phone number and you agree to this. I know I put you on the spot, but give our listening audience a special, some sort of bonus or discount, and it originated from right now on these streets. Hook them up.
So if you book right now with Capture Moments, you'll give it a whopping $50 off your first booking. Right now. Book with us. Call me right now. Tap in with me right now, and you'll get $50 off your first booking with Capture Moments 360 photo booth. Area code 661-662-2483. Once again, area code 661-662-2483. Capture Moments 360 photo booth.
Powerjams.org. POWERJAMZ.org.
This is Power Jams, the Wake Up Show. We are live in our location, and this brother right here, he's dressed, he's looking good. Jamz Dixon, he is on these streets with me. And tell me about your business or your ministry or your services. Talk to me, man.
My name is Jamz Dixon. I'm the founder and executive director of Changes. That's Community Healing Alliance, normalizing growth through education and self-awareness. I'm currently an undergrad at Cal State University of Bakersfield, majoring in social and behavior sciences.
All right, now, break that down for me, man. Give us the whole 411.
Absolutely, man. So I'm formerly incarcerated. Was incarcerated at the age of 17 years old. Lack of guidance, lack of influences, positive influences. And one thing led to a next, down a long path, and ultimately was incarcerated at 17 years old, sentenced to 19 years in prison. Through this journey, I met my first positive male role model. His name is Stephen Evans. Man, I definitely got to give a shout out to my big brother, currently still incarcerated. But I met this brother, and at the first point of my life, I seen a real example, not just someone talking to me, but an example of leadership, an example of what a man was. And didn't figure it out, didn't get it all together, but ultimately it came a point in time to where getting home was no longer the main goal. It was staying home. What was I going to do? What was I going to apply to my life? What was I going to change in my life that would lead me to staying home? Based on the mentorship of my mentor, I created a self-help group while incarcerated by the name of Changes. The idea of this came at the height of COVID. I needed an outlet. All the self-help groups were removed from the facility, and I took initiative. Based on, again, my mentor's last message to me was to pass along the impact that he had on me to the next person. And that was the birth of Changes. And from that point on, I stayed consistent. I remained true to my why, or why I was doing it. And ultimately, the vision of Changes came into fruition to an organization once I stepped home. And
you know what I like most about your ministry, your outreach, your program, is that you've been there, done that. I mean, talk to us about, your experience and all, and then who you serve. Just to provide context to a lot of individuals that might not know the ideology that is in the streets. When you're in the streets, you're raised up in it with the mindset of that is one way in and no way out. So for me,
I grew up in an upper class neighborhood. Was subjected to bullying when I moved to my first black school. So me personally, at the age of 10 years old, I began masking my intelligence. I began masking my smarts. I was never from the streets. I wasn't raised in the streets. My family wasn't raised in the streets. So seeing my mentor at 19 years old, he was an older homie from where we were from, and he was taking those direct steps of changing his life, of severing his ties. So I felt like the first seeds was seeing that example. Not someone, again, just telling me, hey, get your stuff together, but someone actually living it and exhibiting it. And that was my first example that it was possible to step away from this lifestyle on your terms. So that was definitely the beginning.
It sounds like you got vision, you got clarity on what you were looking at. Talk to us about that.
You know, I seen myself. I wasn't raised in a household of gangs. I'm one out of 8 kids that ever been incarcerated. So again, seeing my mentor, I seen myself in the future. I seen myself stepping away from the gangs. I seen myself in college. So again, just I of course it probably come off to as cliche to other people, like, okay, you seen this example. Like, no, when I say I seen myself in him, that was the beginning of Jabray telling Jabray that, hey, this ain't gonna be for life. This isn't gonna be your image for life. Again, it took time, enough reinforcement, of my mentor, of myself bumping my head. But again, seeing that real life example, and it's the same for a lot of the kids out here. We don't see something being possible until we actually see it in front of us. Not in the movies, again, not in a book, but an actual real life example. Someone that was from my neighborhood, someone that lived the lifestyle that I did, actually severing his ties and stepping out of that gang and that politics on his own. That example, it changed my life at 19 years old.
That's the voice of Jabray Dixon. And I love his story. I love his testimony. And Jabray, you talk a lot about your mentor. You were his mentee. Tell us more about him.
Yeah, my mentor regularly calls me. So man, just when I say that it brings me to emotions when I hear the proudness in his voice, when I hear that joy when I'm telling him that I'm shaking hands with the mayor, or I'm up in the community and I had a little kid talking about that he never thought that it was possible to stop gangbanging until he heard my story. So when I talk to my mentor, a lot of it is me feeding him, but ultimately, man, I go back to that that last talk, that last walk. And I live by that, man. So my mentor, he's still incarcerated, for right now. But every single day, I know that I'm an image of him. So everything that I do, every impact that I make is a reflection of the teachings that man instilled in me. So he's living through me every single day.
Jabray, can you give our listener, especially that listener who was where you were a few years back, what words of encouragement, what words would you give that person who's listening to the radio right now? 2 words.
It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. Nothing more complex than that. It's possible. No matter what you go through, no matter what you endure. I'm telling you, I was sentenced to 19 years, more time than I have been alive. And I never let that thought, I never let that idea of wanting better. So anyone that's out here, I speak to a lot of youth that's still out there in the streets. I remember being that. No one would ever tell me, no one could ever tell that in my heart I didn't want it, because I put on that mask and I wore it. So to every young kid, to every young adult, to every old adult that's still wearing that mask, and it's not in a you less than what you less than, or anyone that's wearing that mask, anyone that's trying to make it out of any struggle, not just prison, addiction, anything, abuse, it's possible. But it's only possible if you want it. You commit to it. Not your mother, not my mentor. I didn't change for my mentor. I didn't change for my mom. I changed for Jabray, because Jabray came to that point to where I wanted better for myself. It's possible. It's possible.